TZ Vaughn Savage and J Lava is in a fucking building with the Keep It P podcast, motherfucker.
Vaughn Savage and J Lava on the new podcast. They Keep It P podcast, where they take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and show how one could or could not be keeping it P.
I'm Keep It P. As a matter of fact, Keep It P, but then again, Keep It PG, PE. Alright, it's Professor Griff. I'm out of here.
B1 to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood with B1 News and Information. The segment where I chop you up with game. But before I get started, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Hot Lava Music TV YouTube channel, Vaughn Savage Media YouTube channel, and all the channels on the network. And with that being said, 20-year-old woman sentenced to spend the rest of her life in prison for New Year's Day murder of ex-boyfriend's mom. Well, I'm freaking shocked. They actually going to give her a life sentence along with the black guy. Not to mention that she's off cold but over white supremacy. They really trying to send a message like this is what you get when you mess with the darkies. But anyway, on December 31st, 2019, New Year's Eve, a woman was visited for the first time by a long-distance boyfriend who proposed to her later that night at a party. After plotting in a hotel room, Shaylin Moran's brand new fiancé Jack Doherty went to a house the next day, where Doherty allegedly shot and killed Cheryl Smith, the mother of Moran's ex-boyfriend, as part of a twisted revenge plot. While Doherty is still awaiting trial, Moran has admitted her role in the murder and will spend the rest of her days in prison as a result. And in my opinion, that was just a way to avoid the death penalty. But anyway, Rhode Island Attorney General Peter Narana, D., announced Thursday that the Pawtucket woman had pleaded guilty to charges of first-degree murder, carrying a pistol without a license, and conspiracy to commit murder in Smith's death. Moran, who was 18 at the time of the shooting, was sentenced at the age of 20 to life in prison plus 20 more years to run consecutively. Well, there's the mayo. That's literally only 40 years. Anyway, the news release from the Attorney General's office said that the shooting was the culmination of a months-long, long-distance romance that had violent ideation at the top of mind. In the months leading up to the murder, Moran developed a long-distance romantic relationship with co-defendant Jack Doherty. During that time, Moran and Doherty conspired to attack Moran's ex-boyfriend during conversations on social media and over the phone, the news release said. On December 31, 2019, Doherty traveled from the state of New York to visit Moran for the first time in Rhode Island, bringing with him a 9mm pistol. The two rented a room at a hotel in Pawtucket and left to attend a New Year's Eve party, where Doherty proposed to Moran. The two returned to their hotel room and developed a plan for Doherty to shoot and kill anyone who answered the door at the home where Moran's ex-boyfriend lived on Baxter Street, the AG's office said. On the evening of January 1, 2020, following Moran's instruction, Doherty traveled to Baxter Street and, after surveilling the home, knocked on the door. The victim, Cheryl Smith, was then shot several times after she answered the door on New Year's Day. Cheryl Smith answered the door and Doherty shot her 4 times with his 9mm pistol, before fleeing. First responders rushed Smith to the hospital where she was pronounced dead, authorities added. Investigators for the Pawtucket Police Department tracked down Moran and Doherty several hours later and arrested them as they were exiting their hotel room in Pawtucket. At the time of the arrest, Doherty was in possession of the 9mm pistol. And not shot and killed. Wow. So time and time again we see that you do know how to take people in without casualty. But I digress. The murder weapon itself was one aspect of the case that garnered attention from the start, as it was thought that it might have been a 3D printed gun. That was later said to be undetermined. The defendant's behavior in the immediate aftermath of the killing was also shocking. Then came a Facebook photo that night showing Doherty and Moran together, calling themselves some fighters and some shooters and flashing a ring memorializing their extremely short-lived engagement. They were arrested the next day. All I'm saying is, keep that same energy. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget, jlava.com, tzvaughnsavage.com, keepitppodcast.com. Love, peace, blessings.
Music TV.
Ways for you to run my cash.
Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation.
Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back like a
took you from the premises. I bring you back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring you back. Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One call it
wave, then you could just go and say, this is a possible way for me to go and lay. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it. It was faith, it was faith. I was in this bitch and I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change.
Yeah, I'm an animal, red gorilla. I eat your dog, your poochie. Get what you're gonna get, front and center.
Which I grew up living life, which I knew. All my tools graduated with my honors. THC scientific, getting to what's the plan? C, throw the kickback, zip sack, throwing kicks on, get the applause.